What's up, guys? Sean here. Do a quick test with this Feltkeven A1 Pro. Big old baton, and we're gonna go ahead and beat on this knife. This is a nice big old piece of pine, and it's got a enormous knot right there in the middle. Ridiculous. There's no way you're really gonna. I'd have a hard time getting through an axe on this. Here I am, just kind of checking the edge on there, just making sure. I just got done sharpening it. I've never used laminated cobalt, but it seems to be very, very tough. Actually, it's not chippy at all. It stood up great through this testing. So again, here I am. I'm not babying this knife. This is a professional survival knife, dudes. This is what it was made for. You know, it's made for really hard use, and this is kind of a test of really hard use. You know, a lot of people don't know what they can and can't baton, and you really shouldn't baton a piece of wood that has a massive knot in it. But I figure if this knife doesn't break from this, and that's definitely going to make it a really strong, trustworthy knife. Here I'm doing some prying. We got that 7mm thick spine on there, and yeah, all my strength right now. All my strength on this guy, just prying on this. I don't think I'd really do this with any other knife, but this thing just feels so burly. I just have no choice. No choice but to try this out. So just prying on it. I'm putting my knees on there to help get more leverage. Again, this knot does not care. So just prying and prying. I give up, of course. Hammer on it some more. This knot is really almost, this entire piece of wood is just a knot. You know, it's right there at the bottom. You can kind of see the contours of it. I don't get it. I don't get it to pry off there. So pull the knife out. Yeah, this knife is definitely a beast. I don't think I would really use a lot of knives this hard. And as far as this piece of wood, you know, even an 8-pound, 36-inch handled splitting maul would have a really freaking hard time splitting this piece of wood. Okay, I mean, you really have to hit that thing hard. And this knife is held up without any chipping. Okay, there's been no chipping on the edge, and it's just going strong. It's begging for more, you know. Good hearty whack on there to start the cut, and here we go. Let's see if we can whack that piece off, pry it off, whatever. Nah, like I said, it's not going anywhere. So when you're batoning, you really do have to figure out ways to baton around the knots. The knot is not right here, and that 7mm spine, that convex grind, man, this knife just eats wood. Like it's truly impressive. Like you really can't go to a flat grind again after using a convex ground knife, because it just really spreads and splits apart the wood with incredible ease. And I've been truly impressed with the new design with that extra millimeter thick spine without sacrificing any cutting ability. It's quite the beast. So again, I'm going straight at that knot for you guys. I'm showing you guys how much punishment this knife could take. This is, again, not something to do in the field or any kind of testament to how awesome a knife is if it could split through a knotted piece of wood. No, it's ridiculous. But in testing this way, we're really showcasing just how durable this knife is. Again, I'm going for the prying here, and I'm going to be able to get this piece, because this, again, is not where the knot is. Okay, we're basically splitting all the wood around the knot. There's almost going to be nothing left except for this is just going to be a big old piece of knot. So hammering through this down here, nice good solid wax. And yeah, you could see what was holding me up there. Whoa, big old knot, and yeah, this thing just split through it like it was nothing. You could see where that whole knot is. Really, it's time to give up on this piece of wood. I'm really probably just only entertaining myself. But here we go. Let's go for it. See if we can get straight at it. Either this knife is going to break or the edge is going to chip. I gotta know if I can depend on this knife, and you know what? It's not going to go through it. But damn, this knife has held up great. So that knot No go. It's all about wood selection with batoning, guys. That's how you break knives, is by trying to split through that stuff, and this Falcon Even A1 Pro has held up to it great. Now it's time for some feathering to show you guys how well that edge is held up. You don't have to subjectively see me feel the edge for chips and me telling you that they're not there. You could see how fine of feathers this knife is carving. And look at that, just with ease. I'm standing while doing it. The wood is not being supported on anything. Nice tight grip on there, and wow, look at that. Nice thin curls. And still able to shave hair after all that. I mean, laminated cobalt seems to laugh at this stuff. No big deal. No chips, even after all that hard use you just saw right there. It's really just beating on that crazy looking knot. So the chopping weight of this guy and the convex grind, if you select the right piece of wood, oh man, it just splits like nothing. Just impressive. And yeah, I'm so addicted to this knife. The way it feels in the hand when you're carving these feathers is just awesome. Here I am going for it some more. Really just getting some nice fine curls. This is what you need to depend on, you know. You're going out into a wet weather environment, and you need to get to the core inside the center of the wood to get that fire going, and you don't have tinder on you, and nothing dries around you. This is it. Find a nice standing piece of dead, you know, chop it open, start carving, get all your tinder kindling and your smaller pieces of wood to burn the bigger pieces. So there we have it. That'll spark up like nothing. Yeah, you can just flip those things off there. It's great. So doing some chopping here. And uh-oh, something feels a little loose. What's going on here? Chopping some more. The performance is freaking amazing. Chop, chop, chop. Something just doesn't feel right. What's going on here? Huh. Well, actually, it seems like the guard has gotten loose on this knife. And that just totally breaks my heart. It's you could feel it move when you're whacking on it. Yeah, just dang it. Professional survival knife. This is my favorite knife. This has definitely been the best performing knife I've ever used. Nothing packs this much power, this good of a steel, this good of a geometry, handle ergonomics, and it's definitely gotten loose. I'm still in disbelief, you know. I keep chopping to see if it'll come back. That feeling of it rattle, and here I am chopping. You could see just chips just flying off this guy, but no, it's there. It's there, boys. We've got loosening of the guard. No good. But knife is still working. That's not gonna let the knife stop working. It will continue. Just drives me crazy. I'm neurotic. I'm just like you guys, and this is in the moment, you know. I'm just disappointed. Oh, dang it! It's freaking loose, and you can kind of hear it there. All right, guys. Moving on. I got a piece of wood that doesn't have as big of a knot. Adjust the camera, and let's give it a good whack. Boom! Using it like a hatchet, and you can see the crack just start to propagate all the way down. Again, another whack. This thing is a chopper. Twisted the knife, you're done. Look at that. Even with that small knot in there, powered through. This thing is a freaking beast. It's like a hatchet knife. You know, it's just crazy. I don't think a knife can baton better than the Falcon Even A1 Pro. So let's give it another good swing. This is actually just really fun. You know, just the power this knife displays. A twist, bam, gone. Straight grain wood. This is a pine again. Nothing. You know, let's give it some batoning. And yeah, that convex grind really just starts to split it apart. Uh-oh. Looks like we got it a little bit stuck here. There must be a smaller knot in there. So we're going to use another technique you guys probably haven't seen before. We're going to carve this piece of wood, locking it in here with a like a chest lever on a knee lever. You can see how thick that piece of wood is, and probably 30 seconds it takes to just carve this thing down. This thing's a powerhouse. Okay, look out, Mora. these guys are sharp. The convex grind can do anything a Scandi grind can do, except it's more durable. And yeah, you're getting great bite in the wood if your techniques are solid. Just look at these, just huge chunks of wood just flying off here. I'm carving this piece of pine into a wedge. Just in no time, we've taken that nice, what, 2.5 inch, 3 inch thick piece of wood and carved it down to a nice wedge here to put in there and help split that guy. Put the finishing touches on here. Laminated cobalt with this convex grind just eats this guy up. So set this guy back on here and we'll fit our wedge in there, and check this out. You know that exposed tang? We're going to use that to just go ahead and whack the wedge in there to split this piece of wood, and it's working great. It's holding up fine, no damage on there. Bam. Just split that guy like nothing. That's a really badass technique for this Falcon Even A1 Pro. And again, just bam. Splits it like nothing. Get out of here. So, yeah, what more can I say about this knife? I mean, this thing is just a freaking powerhouse. It just eats wood, it splits it, it destroys it. I've never had a knife perform this good. I mean, these guys really seem like they know what they're doing. No chipping. Again, just a solid whack there. Look at that, and just split that guy like nothing. And this is really a ton of fun for me. I enjoy this a lot. Batoning it, bam, just a few whacks. Once it gets near the middle of it, split the wood like nothing. Here we go again. Another hatchet-like strike. Twist of the knife, and yeah, that wood is destroyed. So yeah, like this guy a lot. You can even get your smaller kindling with this knife. Yeah, truly impressive here.